Please be seated. Good morning, everyone. It's fantastic to see such a happy, excited group of people. My name is Michael Reddy, and I have the privilege of serving as Dean of the UCSF School of Dentistry. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration of the School of Dentistry, the University of California, San Francisco, and the University of California system, welcome to the family and friends of our graduates. Thank you for coming and supporting your loved ones, and a special welcome to those who are viewing on the live stream. Thank you to Dr. Ram Vader-Hobley, our Grand Marshal. Did a wonderful job leading our processional. Before I acknowledge the faculty and the university leaders here on stage with us, I would like to acknowledge the Ramaytush Ohlone people, who are the traditional custodians of this land. We are proud to continue their tradition of coming together and growing as a community. And now, welcome and congratulations to our graduates. I'm going to speak just to the graduates for a moment. Try to clear your mind of all the thoughts racing around, the excitement, and the tiny bit of disbelief that's rising to the surface. Yes, this is really happening. It's easy to get overwhelmed by big life events that you forget to slow down for a second, and the instant you've been waiting and working toward for years is over before you know it. So let's take a moment here, take a breath, and as you breathe in, feel all that goodness in your lungs and remember to share it with someone else. I want you to look around and take a mental picture that you can hold in your memory. You are in an amazing place, the Palace of Fine Arts Theater in San Francisco. The rotunda outside is one of the truly iconic San Francisco locations. Your classmates you've been through so much with are here gathered with you. The happy but slightly bewildered look on their faces is understandable. Your shared journey is about to end. But don't forget this. You've done something really remarkable, all of you together. You are every bit as amazing as the place you're in together. You can all be very proud of what you've accomplished. Today is the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and developing new talents. I'm extremely proud of your efforts and accomplishments. You are all about to step into the future you imagined when you started this journey 4 years ago. Great work, everyone. The School of Dentistry faculty sitting on the stage today and those joining us on the live stream share my pride in you and our great school. These individuals, through their dedication to educating generations of oral health professionals, have done so much to improve the lives and health of citizens of our state and nation. They have answered a noble calling to share their talents and knowledge with those who will carry on the ideals of our profession. I ask the faculty to stand so we may acknowledge them. Thank you for all your efforts. Today, as we recognize our graduates, we also celebrate the families, friends, partners, the fan networks of our graduates. These individuals and teams have sacrificed to support our students, and I know they are as proud of our graduates' achievements as we are. We have tremendous gratitude to all of you for helping make this day possible. There are several luminaries accompanying me on stage who will assist in commemorating this occasion. I will ask them to stand, and as they're introduced, I ask you to hold your applause until they have all been introduced. We are very fortunate to have included among our distinguished guests on stage Dr. Sam Hawgood, Chancellor of the University of California, San Francisco. Great job, except for the pause. Dr. John Davis, Vice Chancellor of Education and Student Affairs. Dr. Linda Egger, our keynote speaker and the 2023-2024 President of the American Dental Association. Dr. Jennifer Nazarino, Associate Dean of the Graduate Division. And Dr. Ryan Sabo, Vice President of the UCSF Dental Alumni Association. And representing the School of Dentistry, I would like to present Dr. Ram Vederhobali, Professor of Preventive and Restorative Dental Sciences and serving as our Grand Marshal. Dr. Jen Perkins, Professor of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery and our Associate Dean for Education, who later will read the names of our graduates. And our faculty hooders, Dr. Robert Ho, Professor of Preventive and Restorative Dental Sciences, and Dr. Ambika Pardee, Assistant Professor of Preventive and Restorative Sciences. Give them a round of applause together. Please be seated. All right. I also want to acknowledge the UCSF staff who have worked with you in clinic, in the Learner Success Center, and those who planned this wonderful celebration for us today. Let's thank them for keeping us moving every day. Every graduating class is different. The one thing that remains the same is that it's always our privilege to watch our graduates on their challenging journeys of discovery. Of course, there's no single way forward for our graduates. You've all come from diverse backgrounds, and you will choose different paths. Some will go directly into practice. Most will continue your training and residency. Some will pursue academic careers and teach. Others will seek scientific discovery. Some will embark upon lives of service to the underserved through community clinics. And some will serve our nation through the United States Armed Forces. I'd like to quickly recognize those of you who are entering military service. When I call your name, please stand. Please hold your applause until we're done, if you can. Joining the U.S. Navy, Dr. Jesse Alcock, who will be... Dr. James Chavu. And Dr. Anita Vermani. Thank you for your service. All of you have exciting and fulfilling careers and futures ahead of you. Graduates, wherever your career takes you, near or far, always remember you'll be linked to friends, mentors, and peers through UCSF. Those ties will never break. Thank you for being part of the UCSF family. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. Linda Egger. Dr. Egger's journey is as impressive as it is inspiring. So she started out teaching junior high science and high school honors chemistry before deciding at the age of 37 to go back to school and become a dentist. She graduated from the University of Washington School of Dentistry in 1992 and went on to hold major leadership roles, including president of the Academy of General Dentistry and most recently, president of the American Dental Association from 2023 to 2024. Now, sometimes people in a graduating class or an alumni association want to give a gift back to the school. Along the way, she chaired a $22 million development campaign for the University of Washington School of Dentistry. She earned an Academy of General Dentistry Fellowship and Master's Honors, and she traveled nearly 500,000 miles advocating for patients and dentists nationwide. Okay. And if that's not enough, she's an extremely accomplished athlete. She is a gifted distance runner. She's run 45 marathons. She is an Ironman finisher, and she holds a world record. Of course she does, right? She's also a proud mom to an Alaska Airlines captain and a very happy grandma to two amazing grandkids. And she and her husband, Brian, who is also a dentist and a leader in the field, now live in Fox Island, Washington, just down the road from those grandkids. We are thrilled to have Dr. Eckert join us here today as our keynote speaker. Please welcome Dr. Linda Egger.
I always hope I am taller than the podium. It almost didn't work this time. No, before I start with my story, I just want to thank all of you. I want to tell you two things because I don't want to forget to tell you. First of all, those of you sitting in the first few rows, those of you amazing graduates today, look around you, look behind you at the people that have supported you throughout the way, because chances are you may not be sitting in these seats without those people here to help you through this journey. Be sure you thank them every day. I know when I get stressed, I yell at my husband, and then I say, I'm sorry, I'm just stressed. Forget what I said. So thank them every day and don't ever take them for granted. Your friends, your spouses, all those people that are around you to help you. So thank you, those of you in the audience. We really appreciate you. And the second thing I want you to remember, if you remember nothing else from what I say, is to remove the words can't and impossible from your vocabulary with everything you do. I was born in a Coast Guard family, actually born in San Diego. My dad was a rescue pilot, and we moved 9 times before I graduated from high school. I met my husband as a sophomore in high school. We will be married 52 years in June, another week. So when people say, how do you stay married so long? I say, become a dentist. No. No, I say, learn to argue well. How's that one? No. Anyway, we met in high school, and I knew that he wanted to be a dentist, and I wanted to be an OBGYN. So I decided to get my teaching degree and put him through dental school, help him through dental school. We waited till I graduated from college to get married because my dad, the admiral, told us to. And we got married right out of college. But 2 years into our marriage, when Brian was a senior, almost ready to graduate from dental school, I had been teaching, I had a ruptured tubal pregnancy and nearly died, lost half my blood at age 24. 10 months later, we had gone to Kansas for his residency, and I had a second ruptured tubal pregnancy. For those of you in medical school, you know what that means. The second tube was gone. And so at age 24, I found out that I could not have children naturally. I was devastated. But unbeknownst to me, my husband, who's been my supporter, had put our name on an adoption list. And a woman, by a miracle, walked into his hospital and wanted to give up her baby for adoption 3 months after my second tubal. A miracle, right? So we became instant parents 3 weeks later. And that wonderful little baby has turned into a 6'7" Alaska airline pilot, and I would have never put out a 6'7" kid. You can see that. But I still felt very broken, even though when I also decided not to become an OBGYN, having gone through those tragedies. So I decided, I felt very broken. I decided to start a running program to prove my worth. I didn't realize that the more you ran, the better you got. My first 10K took 58 minutes. That's not very fast. 10 years later, my best time for the 10K was 35 minutes. So that just shows you how I was not the most talented in the box, but I was the hardest worker in the box. And if you're willing to put the work in, there's a book called Talent is Overrated. And in the book, I would recommend you read it. In the book, it says it takes 10,000 hours to become good or really good at anything. You guys have spent a lot of time in dental school. You need to spend more time learning even more. So I would watch you do that. Anyway, my goal, I did run 45 marathons. My goal was to run the first Women's Olympic Trials Marathon in LA in 1984 because the trials was being run in our state of Washington, and I was only one of 5 women that had a chance to qualify. I had done the qualifying time 20 times in the 45 marathons that I had run, which is under a 2:51:16. Unfortunately, you have to run that time a year before the trials, within a year. And 4 days before that year started, I pulled my Achilles. So I spent the next year trying to come back too fast. And the very last chance I had, a month before the trials, I got back in a race at 23 out of the 26-mile run. My head started bobbing. I had nothing left. And a woman came in from the sidelines and started running with me and said, "You can do this. You can make it." And I crossed that finish line in 2:50:59 with 17 seconds to spare. So I was able to do the first women's trials. I want to acknowledge a very good friend of mine. She didn't know I was going to do this. Dr. Karen Irani is in the first row here. Karen, would you stand, please? Dr. Karen Irani is the trustee for the ADA trustee for the entire state of California. And Dr. Karen Irani, through my trustee years, when she came on, has been the person that calls me and says, "How are you doing?" And when I became an ADA president and had to deal with social media stuff, she would call me and she would say, "How are you doing?" And I liken that to that angel I had in that race who came beside me and said, "You can do this, you can make it." I will tell you right now, sorry about that, my Ring camera. We're selling a house, so anyway, that's an ad lib. Where was I? Anyway, I just like to say that I didn't start out wanting to be a president of this and a president of that. Every single thing that I ended up doing in my lifetime was because someone said, "You would be good at this, you should do it." So be that person for someone else. When you get out, be that person for a younger dental student when you graduate. Take on a mentee and help them through. So I got kind of tired of doing the marathon, decided to do the Ironman. I'm really sorry about the ring here. And I had qualified for the Kona International Championships by winning a race. So I decided to go to the Penticton Ironman in Canada to practice. And I got out of the water quickly. I was a good swimmer, 7th out of the water. At 30 miles in, there's an aid station. You take aid on the bike with your right hand, and then you go down this very steep hill. Well, they had forgotten to cover the railroad tracks at the bottom of the hill. The guy in front of me yelled, "Railroad tracks." So my left hand was free. How many of you are bikers out here? Do you know what happens when you break the left? You break the front wheel. And I threw myself off the bike, cleats and all. I crashed, my helmet split, and after my endorphins wore off, 13 miles later into the race, I realized my bike was bent, I couldn't finish the race, and I had broken 4 ribs. So, it knocked me out of the Ironman Championships 6 weeks later. Once again, tragedy struck. However, my husband, again, my biggest supporter, also a dentist, he'd been a dentist for about 17 years by now, and I'd been supporting him, went to the University of Washington Dental School. Now, mind you, I'm 37 years old. I live 1 to 2 hours from the University of Washington, and I have a 10-year-old. And he brought an application home, and he said, Linda, I think you should apply to dental school. You'd be good at it. Now, I don't know if he wanted an early retirement or what he wanted with that. So I thought to myself, I went to the dean, and I said, do you even let people in my age, number one? And he said, yes. In fact, his wife did the same thing. Well, coincidentally, I went to my interview. I only applied to University of Washington because I couldn't leave the state. I had a son. And the guy that did my interview, you're not going to believe this, the guy that did my interview was starting a marathon program, and we spent the entire hour talking about training. And I'm not sure if that's why I got in or if it was my grades, but I got in. Now, dental school was not easy for me. I had the big commute. I didn't have a community. I was older. Nobody else had a kid in my class. It was tough. And in addition to that, I sat between a guy. Do you guys still do wax-ups? You do? Oh, good. I can tell you this then. I sat between a guy that had done lab work his entire life since he was 2 for his dad, and a guy that had done jewelry. And my wax-up looked like a piece of bubble gum compared to theirs. So I felt like I needed to quit. I was overwhelmed, exhausted, didn't think I could finish. And my husband and the dean, and this is where faculty, what you say to these kids in their first year when they're frustrated, makes a huge difference. A few words can matter. They said, the patients you will not treat if you do not finish will lose out on what difference you can make in their life. Having been now at the end of my life, I can tell you that is true. Well, obviously, I didn't quit. I kept on. Even my 3rd year in dental school, when I was doing one of those exams to prepare you for the boards, my husband called. He never calls. I took the call. He's in the Army Reserves. He gets called up to Desert Storm, 1991, and we have 12 hours before he moves and leaves. I got a 10-year-old. We got to practice with one dentist. So you can figure out how much fun that was. Well, we finished, and I knew when I graduated that I knew a lot. But compared to what you need to know to be an excellent dentist, you really need, and this is my first pearl to you, take all the continuing education you can get your hands on and you can afford as early as you can. It will make you a great dentist. If you're a general dentist, it will make you a better referring dentist to your specialists. So I joined the Academy of Dentistry, General Dentistry, got encouraged again to run for office, then run for national office. I felt a little unprepared. There had never been a woman on the executive committee, and I was the first woman to run in a contested election for president. And I won, and the guy that lost was very surprised. So I have to tell you that it's a different mountain to climb. Still, it's a different mountain to climb as a woman. But now that the graduating classes have over 50% women, I want you to know I'm expecting many more women to step up and kind of remove the word impossible from your vocabulary and take the challenge, okay? So I felt unprepared, so I started reading leadership books. and summarizing them and handing them out to my board. And I put those on the board minutes and ran for trustee for ADA, then got in there, and we were, during COVID, I was a trustee. And I had all this time because our meetings went to virtual. So I decided to write a book called Climb Every Mountain. I took the summaries of many of the books and put them in here, like the books, Now Discover Your Strengths, 21 Characteristics of a Leader, so that people that wanted to be a leader later on could sort of have a crib notes of leadership qualities. I have quotes like, it's amazing what you can accomplish when you don't know what you can't do. Ford said something like, what is it? I can't remember that one. Anyway, there's a lot of quotes in here and a lot of stories. And as I spoke around the country many miles this last couple of years, I tried to help people with some of the pearls that came out of these books. So I want to give you a few of those pearls, practical pearls, as you enter into this most exciting career that you're going to have. I am so excited for you. And as I go around the country and speak to dental schools, and I've been on white coat ceremonies and all kinds of stuff, I am so excited about the future of dentistry because all of you are going to be in it, and every one of you is amazing. So the first thing I want you to remember when you're a dentist, or when you're just a person, focus on listening first. Because you will have fierce patients come into your office and they just want to tell you their story. They don't necessarily want you to work on them, okay? And if you listen first, you will have patients your entire life. Have integrity, so important. If you make a mistake on a patient, which you will, and I will tell you, if anybody says they've never had a problem and they've never made a mistake while they're practicing, they are lying. Because every one of you will do this, and you have to not beat yourself up, which I was very good at, beating myself up, and you have to tell the patient what you did. Do not hide mistakes. Have integrity and do what you say you're going to do. Don't waffle. Respect your colleagues. Never badmouth your colleagues. You have no idea what that colleague might have been facing when they did a procedure that you think was done poorly on a squirmy 11-year-old or whatever. Compliment your staff, your team, in front of the patient. These two next things, you got to do these. And compliment the patient in front of your staff. Compliment a perfect stranger on the street and make their day. And by all means, call your patients when you've given anesthetic for a procedure. You will be in the top 1% of dentists if you do that. And I will tell you, I had patients move to Florida from Washington and still come back to me because I was the only one that called them and cared enough to see if they were doing okay. And do not delegate it to an assistant or a hygienist. So remember those two things, remove the words can't and impossible and call and care. I have this on my phone, and the phone likes to trick you and move all over the place. Collaboration, be sure you collaborate. Get in a study club. Be with people that you can share your positives and negatives with, that you can talk about cases with. I cannot overemphasize how important it is to be in a study club. Get into organized dentistry. I have friends all over the country now who have my back, because we have been there fighting for this profession, for you, for your future life. Communication. I have a master's in education before I went to dental school. And when I got into dental school, I knew how to teach. And we would have information fire hosed at us, and it would all spill out, and we wouldn't remember 90% of it. So my board, I have this little saying. I say, if you're going to communicate, use 7 words in a sentence, no longer. If you have run-on sentences like you often get with lawyer documents, right? People won't read it. And use levity, brevity, and repeat your message and repeat it again, because it takes sometimes 7 times before someone remembers something. Be sure and help your patients understand, and do not fire hose the fact that they need 15 crowns for their first treatment plan, because they will leave your practice. So, the last thing I want to say about the pearls is lift as you climb. As you become whatever in your lifetime, step back and help somebody else up, and we already mentioned that. I'm going to finish this quickly with 2 things. When I go around the country, people usually ask me 2 questions. One of the questions is, if you could do something differently in your lifetime, what would it be? And I thought about it, and I said, I wouldn't beat myself up so much. I would look at the good things. I used to say to my staff, my team, when something happened that they were upset about, in the big picture of life, this is a very little thing. So remember that. Do not get overwhelmed and beat yourself up. Take a break, take a step back, and take a breath. And the last thing I'm going to share with you is the question, what makes you the happiest? I want to tell you just a quick little story, then I'll be done. Once upon a time, there was a man who was writing a book, and he went down to the ocean to write. And he saw this little boy, looked like he was dancing along the ocean side. And as he got closer, he realized the boy was leaning down and picking something up. And the man went closer, and he noticed the young boy was picking up a starfish and throwing it back in the ocean. And the man came up closer, and he says, "What are you doing?" And the young boy said, "I'm throwing the starfish back in the ocean because it will die if I don't help it." And the man said, "Well, there's thousands of starfish on this ocean. How are you going to make a difference with that?" And the young boy smiled to the man wisely and said, "But I made a difference for that one." So every one of you, as you graduate, think about that comment. For me, as I look back, I will be 74 years old in 2 months. As I look back on my life, my happiest moments are when I get a call from a dental student who has had it, and I talk them off the ledge. I make a difference in their life. When I do a procedure that's pro bono, and I make somebody smile and make a difference in their life. So take time to give back to the amazing community that's supported you for so long. Thank you so very much for listening, and good luck and congratulations.
Some inspiring words, Dr. Egger. It reminded me of that we all have superpowers. And, I was thinking about triathlons, and I have a family that is very good distance athletes, except for me. But my superpower was the transition. So you have to swim, then bike, then run. And, really the transition between the different events, I was always the fastest at. So, when I would come out of the water, I could find my bike and get going faster than anyone else. And it was really just a gift. Now, of course, it was probably somewhat because there were less than 2 bikes left when I got done swimming. But, it made a difference. All right. Next, we hear from our student speaker, Dr. Chevron Afghani. All right. Okay. And An Iranian polyglot speaking 5 languages, a former cancer researcher at UCSF and Genentech, Chevron brought a unique perspective to UCSF School of Dentistry, blending scientific rigor with a deep personal mission to serve those with less access to care. Motivated by the lack of periodontal care in underserved communities, and particularly in Iran, Chevron immersed himself in the UCSF Postgraduate Periodontics Clinic, where he assisted residents in advanced procedures, mentored peers, and he led 3 student organizations focused on periodontology and interdisciplinary collaboration. Throughout his time at UCSF, Chevron remained committed to bridging the gap between science, service, and education, and channeling his passion into clinical care, research in peri-implantitis, and endodontic and periodontal infections, and community service with a vision of creating an international impact. This July, Chevron will begin a residency in periodontics and implant surgery here at UCSF, continuing his mission to restore oral health, function, and confidence to those who are most overlooked, both locally and abroad. Please welcome Dr. Afghani.
Good afternoon, everyone. Distinguished faculty, dedicated staff, whoever could be with us today, proud family and friends, and most importantly, my fellow survivors of the past couple years, graduating class of 2025. It is an incredible honor to stand here today addressing a group of individuals who, over the past few years, have not only mastered the art and science of dentistry, but have also grown into leaders, colleagues, and lifelong friends. My dear friends, we finally did it. After scores of relentless exams, nerve-wracking practicals, and far too many late nights questioning all of our life choices, here we stand at the culmination of our journey. Some of us with a few more gray hairs, truly yours. Some with a few more wrinkles, but all of us with a dental degree that, let's be honest, came at a very steep price. But let's rewind for a moment. Let's go back. The decision we made some years ago set us on a path to join the elite 3-5% of Americans who earn a professional degree. But first, we had to conquer a grueling exam of 4 hours that tested our endurance, our sanity, and our ability to make sense of things that we would essentially never use again in our life. We spent months memorizing chemical reactions, biological pathways, mentally unfolding cube patterns, distinguishing between mirror images of some bizarre shape and keyholes, because of course, as you know, all those were absolutely essential when explaining to a patient why they should really floss more every day. And yet, we did it. We powered through late-night study sessions, conquered the exam, and then embarked on the equally nerve-wracking journey of applications, interviews, and refreshing our emails way too many times. But then, when we got the call from UCSF admission, we knew that every challenge, every test, and even those strange punch hole sections had been worth it. Fast forward to our first quarter here at UCSF. Absolute chaos, I think, guys would agree. We walked in eager, excited, and blissfully unaware of what was coming. Within weeks, we were elbow deep in our classes and textbooks during the day and perfecting our drilling skills on plastic teeth by night. And in the middle of this whole thing, we're trying to convince ourselves that yes, we're indeed meant to be here. Those first few months tested our resolve, our perseverance, and occasionally our sanity, at least mine. But somewhere around in that madness and chaos, something extraordinary happened. We didn't just become better students or didn't develop better hand skills, we became a family. We laughed together, we stressed together, we supported each other through every hurdle. We bonded over impossible test cases, celebrated each other's victories, saw each other at our worst, running on 3 hours of sleep at 200 milligrams of caffeine, of course, and at our best, without envy. But beyond the hand skills and the textbooks, our UCSF journey gave us something much more. It gave us perspective. Dentistry isn't about crowns, fillings, root canals, and the perfect occlusion. It's about people. It's about understanding the human behind the patient. And it's about listening, about offering compassion in a world that sometimes feels increasingly divided. We live in a time where division is easy, where intolerance, misunderstanding, and fear too often define the narrative. But within these walls, we built something different. UCSF brought together people from different backgrounds, cultures, and experiences, and taught us that our differences don't divide us. They actually make us stronger. It made us better clinicians, but most importantly, it made us better human beings. And none of that could have happened on our own. So to our faculty and mentors, sitting in front of you guys and behind me, who guided us through the toughest moments, especially when we cut in their lunch times during clinic, to the staff who kept this place running, and let's be honest, probably saved us more times than we know, and to our families, our friends, and our loved ones who endured our stress, our late-night rants, our disappearance from normal life during exams, we say thank you. From the bottom of our heart, we say thank you. So class of 2025, please stand with me and give them the recognition they deserve. Today is not just a milestone. Today is the beginning of a new chapter, the beginning of an end. The wrinkles we earned, the gray hairs we've grown, they are badges of honor. They are proof that we have endured, learned, and evolved. We are stepping into a world not just as dentists, but as advocates, leaders, and change makers. Whether we are pursuing private practice, residency, public health, academia, or going to the Army, we have been given the tools to do more than just fixing teeth. We have the power to shape and transform lives and the world we live in. So let's just do that. Let's carry forward the knowledge, the compassion, and the resilience that got us here today. Let's redefine what it means to be a healthcare provider in a world that desperately needs more kindness, inclusivity, and understanding. And if nothing else, my friends, let's go out there and remind people that flossing is in fact not negotiable. Congratulations, class of 2025. Our journey is just beginning.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Afghani, for representing the sentiments of your class. All right, there are 75 graduates here and an equal number of villages and fan networks who've been waiting for this moment. So all of you will continue the tradition of being fine scholars and healers who got their start from the University of California, San Francisco. Now, it is my honor to introduce the Chancellor of UCSF, Dr. Sam Hawgood. Chancellor Hawgood is a recognized person who is really known internationally as a leader in healthcare, medical sciences, and research. He's a great physician and a highly accomplished scientist. He's also an inspiring leader. UCSF is one of the world's best health science universities because he consistently challenges all of us to push the boundaries of what's possible. He has a bold vision for the future of UCSF, a vision that includes dentistry, becoming a more integrated partner in healthcare, and he is a tremendous supporter of our school, and we appreciate his partnership. But what I appreciate most is his warmth, his thoughtfulness, and his integrity. These traits set a tone that influences everyone who works with him and helps people like me become better leaders. And we are lucky to have him at the helm of UCSF. Please join me in welcoming Chancellor Sam Hawgood.
Thank you, Dean Reddy, for that warm introduction, and good afternoon to the class of 2025. In just a few minutes, when I stop speaking, so I'll not say very much, you will become doctors of dentistry. Now, our goal at UCSF throughout your time with us has been to train you for a lifetime of caring, imagination, and discovery. We want you to make a difference in the world, and we trust that we have prepared you well for the journey that you are embarking on. You, in turn, leave us your legacy, a school that has been enriched by your time here. Today, you are about to embark on careers that will be characterized by challenges and opportunities, both expected and unforeseen, for decades to come. During your time at UCSF, in fact, both science and healthcare, including oral care, have made fantastic progress. And as we continue to advance towards better treatments, better prevention, newer tools, and cures, the challenges of equitable healthcare access remain. You, as dentists, are uniquely poised to address this challenge and others, whether in your clinical practices, in industry, academia, or government. At UCSF, the call to serve our patients, our communities, our learners has been woven into the very fabric of our mission from the start. I hope you will take this commitment, along with the other lessons of your time here, out in the world and truly define the limits of what is possible. Your record shows that you will tirelessly advocate for patients, for better outcomes, for healthy individuals, and for a healthier society, no matter what your role in the future. I want to thank each of you for your passion, your determination, your scientific rigor, hard work, and empathy. Now, while we cannot, or at least I cannot, predict what the next big change will look like, nor what it will demand of each of us, I do know that the future is in your hands, and I look forward with great anticipation to the future that you will shape for us all. So now, will the members of the School of Dentistry class of 2025 please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Dentistry. Congratulations.
Now I'd like to invite the faculty participating in the Doctor of Dental Surgery hooding to come forward. Dr. Ho and Dr. Party. Dr. Perkins, who will have the toughest job, will be reading the names. I'd also like to invite Chancellor Hawgood, Vice Chancellor Davis, Dr. Egger, Dean Nazarino, and Dr. Sabo to join me in congratulating the graduates. Will the recipients of the Doctor of Dental Surgery degree please come forward to be recognized?
Dr. Sama Abaker. Dr. Shervin Afghani. Good job. Congratulations. Dr. Amna Ahmed. Congratulations. Dr. Jesse Alcock. Okay. Congratulations. Dr. Henna Ambesh. Dr. Mariam Bastani. Dr. Paula Benefo. Dr. Valentina Bettenker. Dr. Lance Adrian Bigay. Dr. Yaseman Bayot. Dr. Patricia Maxine Capiral. Dr. Anabel Carballosa Amor. Dr. Angel Ceballos. Thanks. Dr. Ingrid Chai. I got you. Okay. Dr. James Chavray. Congrats. Yeah. I've been looking forward to this. Okay. Dr. Andrew Chen. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Dr. Veronica Claro Colina. Dr. Javier Clavijo. Congrats. Dr. Yvonne Cortez Heredia. Thank you. Congrats. Dr. Jay Dandekar. Congrats. Dr. Osage Ekwe. Dr. Saman Faridju. Dr. Tess Michelle Ingrid Foote. Dr. Riva Darren Jestray. Congratulations. Dr. Michelle Huirong Guo. Congratulations. All right. Okay. Dr. Khadija Haroon. Thank you. Dr. Ellen Hung. Congratulations. Dr. Kane Jaji. Dr. Chin Jiang. Congratulations. Dr. Michelle Kagai. Dr. Alex Collegian. Dr. Amin Khan. Dr. Susu Lei. Congratulations. Dr. Angela Lee. Dr. Rachel Lee. Dr. Chelsea Lynn. Congratulations. Dr. Kate Lindsay. Dr. Neha Love Kumar. Dr. Christian Martinez Hernandez. Congratulations. Dr. Adora McQuinn. That's big. Congratulations. Dr. Pragati Nahar. Congrats. Dr. Uzair Nasser. Dr. Andrew Nguyen. Congratulations. Dr. Anna Elizabeth Nguyen. Dr. Marie Jacqueline Diego Ong Taka. Dr. Wisdom Osisioma. Dr. Rachel Yeji Pak. Dr. Hongli Park. Dr. Erika Para. Dr. Natalia Pilipenko. Congratulations. Dr. Sam Rafati. Dr. Sandeep Raghuram. Dr. Angelica Luis Raimundo. Dr. Nino Requiesciavili. Dr. Anna Wren. Dr. Jennifer Ziwen Wren. Congratulations. Dr. Massa Safi. Congratulations, Jay. Dr. Jay Shaw. Dr. Kinari Shah. Dr. Elaha Shower. Dr. Shervin Sharushian. Dr. Bhakti Suresh Jain. Dr. Asma Saeed Ahmed. Dr. Loveleen Toki. Dr. Isabel Sang. Dr. Pamela Vargas.
Congratulations. We'll let that settle.
Dr. Anita Vermani.
So many congratulations. Congrats.
Dr. Ryan Wilson. Dr. Joni Shui.
We're so close.
Dr. Amber Yang.
Congratulations.
Dr. Mina Yasa.
Congratulations.
Dr. Caitlin Yee.
Congratulations.
Dr. Jenna Young.
Thank you. Congratulations. Just hang on. Hang on just a second.
Dr. Na Zhao. Dr. Sally Zhao.
Congratulations, everybody.
Well, congratulations to you all. You've made it. Yeah. No. Graduates, as you continue your career professionally, please remember, whatever your goals, pursue them with earnest, with vitality and passion. And always remember the people who have helped you. And don't forget your academic home. You are members of a large, proud, and supportive UCSF School of Dentistry family. And as with all families, its strength lies in maintaining connections with each other. So when you have an opportunity to come back home, to further your learning through continuing education, to share your successes with your former teachers and colleagues, and to serve as role models to those who will follow you, please continue to do so. Faculty and graduates, please stand and remain standing for the recessional. Congratulations, we are adjourned.